this video, we're gonna replace the fan clutch bracket. I'm gonna have to take off 3 bolts to get to it. The third bolt's behind the power steering pump. And then we're gonna swap the pulley onto the new part. I'm gonna try to release the tensioner. That's a 14. Well, sorry, 14 for the idler pulley. I'm gonna try to release the tensioner from the top. If not, I'll have to pick up the car. I'm trying to be lazy. I changed my fan clutch pulley because the bearing was out and the car would make a loud squeaking noise. It was very annoying. At first, I had thought it was the idler pulleys, but I have it on a different video. I changed my serpentine belt and my idler pulleys, and the noise got worse. After I loosened the idler pulley, I took a 12mm wrench. I used one that had the ratcheting end to make it easier. And then I just loosened it. So I'm not replacing the pulley. I'm just releasing the tension. You just gotta make sure your arms are small enough to fit through there to stick it on the wrench. Or you have to remove the fan shroud. Next, you're gonna have to remove the 10mm. You have a few choices here. What I did was, I took again a wrench. I grabbed it. I held it with the wrench, and then I went with the socket wrench, a 10mm, and I was loosening it as I turned it. You have a few options. If you can't get it loose like that, you can either take like a flathead or something, or a pry bar, and wedge it between here to stop it from spinning while you're loosening. Like maybe like do something like that, or that you cross it. It's just something to hold it still while you're turning it, like hold the pulley still while you're wrenching it off. Don't lose these bolts because we're gonna reuse them to put the pulley on the new fan clutch bracket. Be patient and don't strip these bolts unless you're gonna buy a new one. I mean, mine was bad, as you could tell by the rust on it. I'm gonna see if you can hear it. Now that we took the pulley off, we're going to take off the bracket. It has 2 17mm, one right here, one on the bottom right there. And then there's a 14mm that goes through the power steering pump and holds that bracket. Taking out the 14mm first, because it's the longest bolt. That's the bad one. I'm a little bit upset. I bought it brand new and it came with rust. I replaced it for another one, but they both came like that. So I guess maybe how they were storing it. Either way, the important part is the pulley or the bearings is good. I can't spin it with effort. It stops. That's how you know the bearings are good. This one, on the other hand, it just free spins. It's not supposed to be that easy. It's just supposed to. I can't even spin it. That's me putting force. Now we're gonna put this on the car, tighten it down, and then we'll have to put the pulley on afterwards because I don't have space to tighten the bolts if the pulley's on now. Unless you have a wrench. If you have a wrench, it's a 17, you could put the pulleys on now and then tighten it down with the wrench. So depending on what you're using, depends on if you put the pulley on now or you put it on afterwards. Once you get the new bracket in and tighten, it's time to reinstall the pulley. Once you tighten everything up, make sure putting on the pulley. Again, you're gonna do it the same way you did when you took it off. To tighten it, what I did to tighten it was I grabbed it like that, and then I had it pinched against the other bolt, just like that. But I will obviously hold it. I had it pinched as I was tightening and loosening the 4 bolts. I'll put it like that and then tighten it and then turn it, then redo that again and lay it across like that across too and tighten it. And I continued doing it until I got all 4 nice and tight. Just be careful with these because you don't want to over tighten them either because you run the possibility of snapping them. Just like everything, just take your time, be patient, and then make sure, don't forget, I already did it. Don't forget to retighten the tensioner after you put the tension again on the serpentine belt. All right, then, thank you guys. If you like what you see here, please share and leave any comments below if you have any questions. I'll be back with the next one.